What's up, everybody? Bandit and Chad here for another Taco Tuesday. So if you recall and you watched last week, you'll know that we talked about all of the new models of trucks that are coming out before too long that are off-road based. You know, you do have the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2, you do have probably the new Ford Ranger and the Ford Bronco coming before too long. And we were talking about, you know, what might Toyota do to stay on top of the curve and stay competitive with all these other brands.
Right. So you all may have thought that we came across as not Toyota haters, but you know, since we are Toyota owners, we are going to be critiquing Toyota a little bit more. But to reiterate what we were saying last week, we're kind of talking on Toyota's QDR. That's quality, durability, and reliability. And Toyota has built themselves upon that standard for many, many years. And you know, no vehicle manufacturer is going to be perfect in anything they do because there's essentially no such thing as a perfect vehicle. But nevertheless, you know, we were not trying to hate on Toyota any whatsoever. We're just speculating at what could happen in the future.
Right, and we're not really expecting for Toyota to come out with any of these new models that we were talking about. You know, we just thought it'd be interesting if they would come out with a model that, say, had a front locker, had, you know, a little bit more off-road technology and hardware that would make these trucks even more rugged than they already are. But like I said, or as Chad said, actually, you know, it's more important to get home at the end of the day. You know, these trucks already provide a great platform to start with. You know, whether you are happy with the truck the way it comes from the factory, or whether you want to, you know, continue to add stuff as your budget allows, or, you know, as your off-road habits increase in severity. But you know, there's nothing wrong with this truck, and it does provide a really good platform to start building on. And you know, with all of the aftermarket following and everything else with these trucks, it's definitely a great place to start. Like I said, no matter if you want to keep your truck the way it is or if you want to build it over time. Which kind of leads us to what we want to talk about today. I've gotten a lot of questions from people talking about the SR and the SR5 models, which are, you know, the lower trim level trucks, and how they compare to the TRD Sport that Chad has, the off-road that I have, and obviously the TRD Pro, which is kind of the top dog in the Toyota lineup. So basically the differences are obviously a good bit of price. You know, the SR and the SR5 do come in a good bit cheaper than the TRD models, but it doesn't just stop there. You know, in the TRD models, you do have the upgraded head unit with in-tune Toyota radio, which gives you the suite of apps and everything else. Also, you have the options to get, you know, more interior creature comfort, such as the heated seats, the blind spot monitoring, and all that sort of thing. But a lot of people have been asking, you know, is all of that worth it, or should I just save my money and get an SR or SR5 and then be able to do more stuff with the truck? And really that comes down to a matter of opinion and really how you're going to use your truck. You know, if you're more like us, where either you're on a budget or you know, you're not just super serious about going off-road all the time or modifying your vehicle all the time or something like that, you're probably better off just going ahead and getting one of those models that are already out. You know, as I said, these are a great platform to start with, and even just to drive every day. You know, I feel like I do frequently take my truck off-road, as you all have seen and heard about. And really, this truck stock, you know, as it is exactly right now, is perfectly fine and capable of doing probably 95 to 98% of everything that I ask it to do. You know, obviously, as Chad said, no truck is perfect, no vehicle is perfect for that matter, and really that's a great place to start. But if you don't have enough money to start with a TRD model, how much are you really missing out with an SR or SR5? So if you recall, a few weeks ago we did talk about the modifications that we were going to do next to the truck, and Chad has already ordered his skid plate, and it should be coming in here within the next week. I, on the other hand, have not ordered my fog lights yet, and they may actually be pushed off for just a little bit for right now. And the reason for that is I do have something in the works that I'm really trying to get straightened out here. And if it does work out, I think y'all are going to be equally happy with this modification as you would be with the last one. So we're asking you for your patience here for right now, but you will be seeing that skid plate install hopefully within the next week or two.
So back there we did see an SR5 Toyota Tacoma with the appearance package, and that kind of upgrades this basic steel wheels and everything to a more sporty black alloy look. And you know, that brings us to another thing, the differences between an SR and an SR5. So the SR is more of the basic workman's truck. It's going to be probably two-wheel drive, manual transmission, 4-cylinder, all that. And you know, the SR5 is a bit of a step up from that. You know, you can still get all of them in the basic colors, but it's not going to have the same appointments that a TRD Tacoma would have. So the pricing for those is probably going to be a few $1,000s in between each other. The SR being about $23,000 for the very basic model, $25,000 for a 4-wheel drive model, and it goes up from there.
Right,
So,
and basically what I've been seeing is most of the SR5 models that are, you know, fairly well equipped, you know, not just a basic truck, are coming off lots around $30,000 or so. But Chad and I both paid around $35,000 for our trucks in the TRD trim, and a lot of people that we're seeing around, you know, are driving TRD trucks. And really, I think the reason for that is, you know, these are really heavily marketed by Toyota. You know, Toyota makes you think that you do really need a sport or an off-road, and you know, that'll fit your lifestyle or whatever the best. And you know, to be honest, they're probably right. You know, like we said, these TRD models do have a lot of the creature comforts that people are coming to expect from these modern trucks now, you know, with all of the electronics and everything else. Also, the TRD models do always come with a 6-cylinder, and normally with 4-wheel drive, at least in this part of the country. You know, you can order them in a 2-wheel drive if you prefer. Well, like I said, most of them around here do come with 4-wheel drive, and when you go to a lot and look around, the majority of them there are the TRD model trucks. Now, Toyota says the majority of their sales don't necessarily come from the TRDs, but it seems like when you have you know, money to spend, Toyota is more than willing to help you spend them on a TRD model. Now, if you do have a little bit extra in your budget, or you are really serious about, you know, desert running or something like that, they do have the TRD Pro model, which, you know, comes in a little bit above the TRD Sport and TRD Off-Road, around you know, probably mid 40s. I believe it's about $42,000 to about $46,000 is about what they're running for right now. And they are a more limited production truck, but they are a little bit higher end with those Fox shocks and everything else. Now, if you're not concerned with off-road prowess at all, and you just want a more luxurious truck, you also have the Limited, which does come in the mid 40s as well, and you know, that'll give you your leather seats and those type of appointments. So with all that being said about the different Tacoma models, there should be one that fits your lifestyle and your budget just fine. If you do elect to go with an SR or an SR5, you're really not missing out on a whole lot, and you know, with all that aftermarket following, it should be easy to make that truck exactly what you want. As far as resale value, generally the TRD trucks do resell for just a little bit more, but you know, Toyotas in general, and especially Toyotas of decent mileage, do resell just fine no matter what they are, so I wouldn't let that worry you. In other news this week, we have seen 2 spot shots of upcoming trucks. Both the 2018 Ram Heavy Duty, which was spotted by the TFL guys out in Colorado, as well as one of the GM twins for 2019. We believe this one was a GMC Sierra, but you know, we've seen that Silverado in previous weeks. But hopefully we'll know more about those trucks before too long, and hopefully we'll be seeing renderings and hopefully concepts before too long as well. But we also have some news from inside Toyota this week. Yeah, so for the 2018 model year, we will not be seeing a TRD Pro Tundra. We think that's probably because they're going to be focusing more on the TRD Sport trim that's new to the Tundra lineup and everything like that. So we'll keep you updated on that. Right, so if you do want one of these TRD Pros, it looks like that production of the 2018s will start in mid-summer. So if you want one of the 2017 Pros, now is the time to order it. So be sure and get those while they're you know, still being produced. If not, you will have to wait until 2019 to get one of the Pros. But you know, with all of the new changes that we've seen for these 2018 trucks, you know, with the LED headlights, with Toyota Safety Sense suite of technology inside, that's more than likely what Toyota is going to concentrate on for these new Tundras, and so that's what I would look for before too long. So that wraps up everything we have to talk about for this week. Thank you all very much for tuning in and watching again on this Tuesday. Have a fantastic week, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.